We're on track to do $3 million in wholesale revenue in 2026 just in Tulsa, Oklahoma. To date, as of this recording in August, we have successfully transacted close to 100 deals and we operate at a 60% net profit margin. And what's great is we can predict with a high level of certainty how our business will perform because we measure our metrics and understand our KPIs. So in this video, I want to share with you the top 5 most important things you need to measure and track in your wholesale business. And I'll even give you a free tracking tool. All that and more coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a 7-day free trial for Flipster, the software built for wholesalers and flippers, with leads, comps, skip tracing, and more. Start your free trial today at joinflipster.com.
The goal with our wholesale operation and my other businesses is to build an operation that is reliable, predictable, and sustainable. And the only way that is possible is to understand exactly how your sales process works and then execute relentlessly. And the only way to know if it's working effectively is to measure and track each step in the sales process. Not only am I going to show you the 5 most important metrics to measure and track, I'm also going to give you best practices for your business so you know what to strive for, and I'm also going to give you a free KPI tracking tool, so keep watching. Now before I dive in, I do need to give context to how we operate our business in Tulsa with my business partner, Mark Gabriel. First, we follow an in-person appointment model. That means we do not close on the phone. We close in person at the property. Our average appointment is 1.5 to 2 hours long. We also hyper-focus on just the greater Tulsa market. That allows us to geo-target our marketing and become what I call local market experts. We also primarily do inbound marketing, including pay-per-click or PPC, pay-per-lead or PPL, and we even do TV and radio. Inbound marketing, where the seller is proactively looking for a solution and a cash buyer, is much different than outbound marketing, where you're contacting the seller to see if they want to sell. Inbound marketing has higher conversions, faster conversion cycles, and bigger assignment fees, but it's expensive. Outbound marketing has lower conversions, lower conversion cycles due to more follow-up required, and often lower assignment fees, but it's a lot less expensive. At the end of the day, what really matters is your return on ad spend, or ROAS. More on that later. Now, if you're a virtual wholesaler and you close on the phone instead of in person, or if you do outbound marketing versus inbound marketing, your metrics are going to look much different. By the way, I do both inbound and outbound marketing and backyard and virtual. Each has its pros and cons and both work if done correctly. But on this video, I'm going to share with you how we're building a powerhouse operation in a single market following the in-person model, specifically using inbound marketing. Now, if your business model and marketing method is different, then you're going to need to adjust accordingly. Okay, let's get into it. There are 5 metrics that we measure and track meticulously. First is what we call a lead. Now, let me clarify what we consider a lead because the industry uses the term lead very loosely. A lead, as far as we're concerned, is anything that comes into our CRM. For us, it's usually a web form from PPC, a contact we purchased from PPL, or someone who called from our TV or radio ad. After we generate a lead, the next level is what we call an opportunity. Some might call this a net lead or a warm lead. We define an opportunity as someone who, 1, we've spoken to, 2, we verify they do in fact want to sell, and 3, they have some equity, at least 30%. After an opportunity, the next step in the sale process that we track is appointment. This is where we meet the seller in person at the property. Now, the lead and opportunities are handled by a lead manager. The lead manager's job is to connect with the lead and pre-qualify him or her as an opportunity, and most importantly, set the appointment for the acquisition manager. Once the acquisition manager goes on appointment, his objective and the next level to measure is the contract. Obviously, the goal with every appointment is to close the seller and execute a written contract. After the contract, the next level we measure is closing. Not all deals make it to the finish line, so we track how many contracted properties successfully close. So in our business, we generate leads, then we track how many of those leads qualify as opportunities. Of those opportunities, how many appointments do we go on? From those appointments, how many contracts do we execute? And then finally, how many of those contracted properties actually close. The acronym we use is LOWAC: leads, opportunities, appointments, contracts, closings. And in our business, we live and die by the LOWAC. Okay, now that you know the most important milestones or metrics in the sales process, what is the gold standard? What are the conversions that you should aim for? In an in-person appointment model using inbound marketing, here are the metrics you should strive for. For every 100 leads generated, 75 should convert into opportunities, or a 75% conversion. Now again, if you were generating outbound leads, I would adjust the lead to opportunity conversion from 75% to 25%. Okay, of those 75 opportunities, 50 should convert into appointments. That's about a 67% opportunity to appointment ratio. Currently, we are averaging closer to 80% because we are really good at closing in person. Of those 50 appointments, 10 should convert into contracts. That's 1 in 5. Currently, we are actually converting above average at 1 in 4. And of those 10 contracts, 7 should make it to the finish line and close, giving a 70% close ratio. Now, if you haven't been tracking these metrics, you need to start immediately. Give yourself 6 months to have enough data to really understand how your business is performing. Then strive to improve each ratio. Remember the 1% rule. Strive to get better every day 1%. In time, you'll see drastic improvements. Here's why tracking these metrics is so valuable. If my conversions are off, I can pinpoint exactly where the problem is. Most people who are struggling in their business automatically blame the leads. They think that they need better leads or more leads. But the LOWAC tells the truth. The data doesn't lie. If your lead to opportunity ratio is low, you're overqualifying your leads. If it's high, you're underqualifying your leads. If your opportunity to appointment ratio is low, you're not going on enough appointments. Rarely are you going on too many appointments. If your appointment to contract ratio is low, you're having a closing problem. If it's too high, you're paying too much and leaving money on the table. If your contract to close ratio is too low, you're overcontracting and having to cancel contracts. The point is, accurate data tells a story. If you had this data in your business and I could look at your LOWAC, I could tell you in 30 seconds where the holes are in your boat, where your sales process is breaking down. And once your LOWAC is consistent and you're hitting the right conversion ratios, you can now make really smart decisions to scale your operation. You can buy more leads at the top of the funnel because you know with a high level of certainty how many leads you can convert into closed deals at the bottom of the funnel. Tracking these metrics allows you to strategically grow your business. For example, if my average cost per lead is, let's say, $250 and I buy 100 leads, that's a $25,000 marketing spend. And if I know I can close 7 deals from those 100 leads at an average profit of, let's say, $20,000, that's $140,000 in revenue from a $25,000 marketing spend, giving me a 5.6 return on ad spend, or what we call ROAS for short. That means for every dollar in ad spend, we make $5.6 in revenue. By the way, a profitable business needs to be at least a 3 ROAS, and a 5 ROAS is phenomenal. Okay, let me share with you a simple tracking tool that can help you. Each month, track your metrics monthly per marketing channel. Right here, put your total ad spend per marketing channel for the month and how many leads that specific channel generated. Then track your opportunities, appointments, contracts, and closings. It will automatically calculate all the conversion ratios. Also enter your gross revenue per channel. It will automatically calculate your average revenue per deal. It will give you the ROAS and the marketing cost per deal. At the bottom of this tool, here it will give you your total for all your marketing channels combined, including your total numbers for the year. Now, obviously there are much more robust CRMs for tracking, but this is a fast and easy way to get started tracking your metrics. And I'll give it to you for free. I'll put the download link in the description below. All I ask in return is you leave a comment and say, "Thank you, Jerry, for the free KPI tracking tool. You are a flipping genius." Here's the bottom line. If you're not tracking your metrics and if you don't understand your sales process conversions and your ROAS, you are not running a legit business and you will never be able to scale with any predictability or consistency. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. Use my tool, start tracking, and build good habits. I also highly recommend that you look at Flipster to help you organize, streamline, and automate all of the steps to wholesaling and flipping. From workflows to digital contracts to lead gen tools, Flipster has it all. To check it out and test drive Flipster for free, just go to joinflipster.com. Finally, watch this next video where I explain how we're doing some really cool things in my wholesale business that are allowing us to have explosive growth. Watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.